What's going on, people? How we doing? How we doing? Let me take off this seatbelt. I just had to, what is it called, pull over real quick because, I had, usually when my brain starts going, I'm just like, you know what? Let's turn on the camera and talk about it. Let's just talk about it, get it out there. Because usually when you talk about stuff, you're able to process it faster, and there's nothing wrong. It's just a thought process. But before I continue, first of all, welcome to FlyWithOBEN. This is about channel about my life and just the evolution about my life. This channel is basically more about journaling and just talking about myself and my life. And I would like to welcome you to FlyWithOBEN channel. This is where transparency plus accountability equals transparency plus accountability equals growth. Transparency plus accountability equals growth. With that said, I was just driving and thinking, I feel behind, and I know this is the weirdest. It's just the weirdest feeling, and it's just one of those things that is just with me turning 30 and everything. It's just like I feel behind, and I literally just achieved the biggest goal, the biggest dream of my life. I am literally a mainline pilot at one of the biggest airline, and it's like, and I think I was just thinking about it. I think the reason why I feel behind is in my mind I have like this what's the word I'm looking for? I have like this clock of where I need to be and where I should be, kind of thing, if that makes sense. And of course, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. This video is gonna be 100% me just rambling, and hopefully there's somebody out there that gets some kind of use out of this. Somebody that watching me process watching me process my thought out loud is gonna help somebody out there. I just hope so. But like I was saying, I feel behind because this is gonna sound so bad. But back in 2020, 2021, no, 2021, 2022, I was at Republic Airways, and I failed training back then, and I was let go. And I think that in the back of my mind screwed the timeline of where I want to be, if that makes sense. And I know I say this a lot, and I'm guilty of this. Looking at my friends and looking at my peer group and all the people we all started together when we all hang out and stuff like that, it's so sad because literally comparison is the thief of joy. I finally made it to the biggest airline. I finally got to the airline. The biggest airline. I'm flying a freaking Airbus. But somehow, I feel behind. It's like the weirdest feeling ever. I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like there's a new timeline that just unlocked and I'm like behind and now I need to catch up. I just hope if you're watching this video and you could relate, please put a comment down below. Let's talk about this thing together, because I'm like sitting over here like my life is finally in the right direction. I have my own, apartment. I'm living by myself. And, I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying to grow myself and all that. And it's just like, it's the weirdest feeling. And it's not like a negative feeling or anything, but it's just like, there's this feeling of like, oh, you're here now. You need to hurry up. But then again, it's like, to what ends? You know what I mean? Because now, even though I'm flying the Airbus, I'm on reserve or whatnot. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna make a video of that, of my my first day on reserve and everything. But even though I'm on reserve now and all that, it's just like there's a feeling of like me feeling behind. I guess in a way, I need to stop comparing myself, which is like the one thing I make conscious effort now to do, is compare myself to other people. But it's just like with that failure that happened back then, of course that failure I think did more great than bad for me anyway. I think it was much needed to set me in the right direction of where I needed to go in life and all that, and I'm grateful for that failure. But of course that failure also at the same time, two things can be true at the same time. That failure also at the same time took me off of the timeline I had originally imagined for my life and where I should be. And now I'm on a new timeline, and somehow I have to let go of that old timeline and just move on. Just It's heading in the right direction. And I was also thinking like, with me being African and being Nigerian, maybe that's part of the reason why I feel behind. But if I was to compare that, again, here I go with comparison. Here I go with comparison. If I was to compare that to people, from where I'm from, kind of thing, it's not. It's different. It's a different culture. It's a different environment, kind of thing. So, with that said, I know I probably shouldn't post this. Yeah, screw it. Fuck it. I'm gonna post it. But with that said, this video, like I said, is more about me rambling and just literally trying to get my thought out. Trying to let you guys know, like, I talk about transparency and all that, transparency and accountability. I'll be a hypocrite if I'm not to show you guys all the raw side of what what my thought process is like, what I'm thinking about. And I think the best way to move forward is just try to be present. Do my best to try to be present. Try to be present in every moment I'm in, because, boy, I'm loving that app. Like, there's no way to explain it. There's no way to, to put into words. That Airbus is like, I like that airplane. So it's like, do my conscious effort to be more present. I'm not so worried about yesterday, what's in the past. I'm not worried about the future, but be here right now, because this moment, it's not gonna come back again. So yeah, that's a conscious effort I have to make going forward. And I know, I'm sorry, this is like so rambling and everything, but leave a comment down below if you can relate, where even though you just hit a goal, you still feel behind. Please, by all means, drop a comment down below. Let's talk about it. And of course, thank you for watching, for real. I know I say it all the time, it sounds cheesy, for real. You didn't have to click on this video, you did. I appreciate you. If you want to subscribe, like, or whatever, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to. But this is Flying with Oben. Transparency plus accountability equals growth. Transparency plus accountability equals growth. And this is one of those growths that I'm talking about. It's just not always gonna look pretty. Sometimes it's quiet. It's subtle. You know what I mean? Because I immediately recognize the feeling. And I'm happy that I caught that feeling and I know what that feeling was. It was a feeling of being behind. And instead of judging that feeling, sit in it. Process it. And I'm glad I'm able to get it out, because now that I got it out, it almost feels a little bit better of like, oh, that's what I'm feeling. That's why I'm feeling that. Stop comparing, be in the present. Thank you for watching, and catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to make more videos. See ya.